So our next step is going to be adding an image field. So I'm going to go to Configuration, People, Account Settings, and Manage Fields. And even though we could use the existing image field, this seems like a really different context for an image field. This is associated with users rather than with our content. So I'm going to create a new image field. I'm going to call it user image. And for the field type, I'll select image. For the widget, we'll leave it at image. And I'll click save. We're going to leave this at the defaults, and I'll select the default image for this particular instance of the field instead of the global field settings. I'm just going to click Save Field Settings. Again, we'll leave required field and display on user registration form unchecked. I'll leave the help text empty. Let's upload a default image. I'm going to click Choose File, and inside of the resource pack directory, in Site Images, I'm going to select No User Image.jpg. We'll leave the allowed file extensions at their default. And for file directory, let's go ahead and type avatars. So again, the reason we want to select a directory is so that if we need to browse the content of our file uploads, we can do so more easily when they're grouped together. If we didn't set a files directory, everything would be uploaded into one directory, and scanning it would be a huge pain. So this makes it just a little bit easier. I'm going to scroll down, and we're going to set the maximum upload size to 1 megabyte. This is to help prevent against abuse for any other users that we add besides our contributors. We trust our contributors, but we may have commenting and other features on the site available, and we want to make sure that our other users don't upload huge files. I'm going to scroll down, and we'll leave the Enable Alt field and Enable Title field empty, though this may be something that we want to add later if we want to improve the accessibility of our site. Here we can select the preview image style, and we can choose from these multiple options. I'm going to select medium. Now the idea here is that when the user uploads the image, but not as part of submitting the entire form, but they select their image, they hit upload, when it finishes uploading, it will display at this size or at this image style. And that will give them a sense of how it might look in a particular context on the site. We could create a new image style for this, just like we talked about in previous videos, where it makes sense to create an image style for different contexts where the images may differ in some respect. For this particular instance, the size doesn't matter all that much. We just want to give the user a good view of the image they just uploaded. So we'll use one of the default ones. We'll leave the progress indicator at Throbber. I'm going to scroll down here. We'll leave the number of values at 1. We only want one image uploaded here. We'll leave the upload destination at public files. We don't really have an option here. And again, this default image setting here is the global setting for our field, so we're going to leave that as is. I'm going to click Save Settings.